totoo yung sinasabi. Education is a great equalizer. It cancels out poverty for as long as you are determined, for as long as you are passionate about completing your education, finding your way in this world with only education as your tool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of the Raise and Uplift podcast. And today, I am extremely proud and honored to have with me the Mayor of Naga City, my hometown here in the Philippines. And why I invited him was because not only is he a dedicated public servant, but I also have seen the amazing change in the city of Naga. Before, when I arrived here in 2015, it was a small little town, but now it has grown quite well. And a lot of it is because of the vision of the mayors, especially the Mayor LEGACION. And he liked to be called Son, right?
Yeah, right.
So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for being on our show today. And one of the things that I know a lot of people are interested in is, what is it about you that had made you choose this kind of a life? I know it's not the hardest position in the world to have, right? I know there's a lot of challenges that you have to face every day. And when I came here to speak with him at first, he had a line of people outside who wanted to have his ear. They wanted to talk to him about their concerns. They wanted to talk about their lives and how they could be, and how the mayor could be able to help him. But what we're interested in today is about Mr. Mayor. What is it about him that had made him choose this path of life and career? And what is it about his passions and purposes and some of the challenges that he has faced before he became the mayor of this great city of Naga?
Okay, Raymond, let me honestly tell you that I never had before any intention to enter politics.
I don't blame you. Politics is a rough game.
In fact, this is publicly known here in Naga City. I was not born nor raised here in the city of Naga. Ipinanganak po ako at lumaki sa munisipyo ng Buhi, Camarines Sur. This is one of the towns in the Rinconada area. When I completed my secondary education, I entered the seminary. For a period of 4 years,
You were supposed to be a priest.
I was... But then after 4 years in the seminary, I realized that the priestly life is not for me. And so I decided, I asked the permission of my superior, the provincial superior of Claret Seminary. And he readily gave me the permission
To exit.
to exit and find my life outside the seminary. So after that, I went home in the municipality of Buhi, Camarines Sur. Thereafter, I decided that I have to still study. In other words, for me, the Bachelor of Arts major in philosophy that I completed inside the seminary was not enough. And so I came to Naga in 1990, where I enrolled in the month of May, purposely for the start of the school year, the semester, in June of the 1990, as a first-year student of the College of Law of the University of Nueva Cáceres. So, given that I came from a poor family, yung akin pong tatay ay magsasaka.
Was your parents, were they farmers? Were they...
They do not have a farm of their own. Kumbaga, nakikisaka lang. Even my parents had not completed their education, kahit man lang elementary.
Wow.
So, as early as when I was in the elementary grades, my mother in particular used to tell me na wala silang maipapamanang anumang kayamanan. And so, I have to study hard, complete my education. That's what I did.
Was your parents concerned that you left the seminary?
No, they respected my decision. By the way, during that time, my father was already dead.
Oh, okay.
He died in 1979. While even when I entered the seminary in 1985, he was already gone. So isa na lang yung patuloy na sumuporta sa akin, yung aking nanay. Pero given nga na mahirap, kahit yung pagpunta ko dito sa Naga, for me to purposely enroll in the College of Law of UNC, ang naibigay lang sa akin ay 1,000. 1,000 pesos. Wala nang kasunod yun.
Yan lang.
And so, I have to earn my living. Naghanap buhay ako sa araw, nagtatrabaho sa araw, at gabi, 5:30 hanggang 8:30, yung pag-aaral ng abogasya sa College of Law ng UNC. I completed my law school within the time frame that I have set for myself, 4 years. And so in 1994, I graduated
2000.
And then September of 1994, I took the bar exam. Luckily, I immediately passed and became a lawyer.
It's not. I hear it's not a very easy test to take.
That's what I also learned. So, given that for me, that was the key to everything. Becoming a lawyer. Incidentally, even before I became a lawyer, I was connected to a legal resource non-government organization called SLIGAN, Sentro ng Alternatibong Lingap Panligal.
Dito sa Naga.
Dito sa Naga, but the operation, area of operation is not only Naga, not only Camarines Sur, but the entire Bicol region. So, when I became a lawyer, I was absorbed. I was allowed to continue working in this non-government organization. We provided free legal services, including case handling, but we're more on educating the people, the basic sector, especially those members of a particular organization or aggregation about their rights. Yun po yung ginagawa namin.
Right.
And so for a period of 9 years, I was with Saligan. In 2001, I was invited to join the administration of former Mayor Jess Robredo. So 2001, July, I became the city legal officer. For a period of 6 years, I served as such. Although in 2004, I was already asked to join the political arena, I rejected. I told Mayor Jess, politics is not for me.
Not for you. Now, what position was that?
The second time I was asked as councilor.
A councilor.
So the second time I was asked, I can exactly remember vividly. It was here in this office, February 7, 2007. Sabi niya sa akin, Son, baka pwede i-consider mo sama ka na. sa Team Naga. And then, it occurred to me, baka may nakita sa akin si Mayor Chess. Baka pwede ako sa politika. Sige, tingnan ko, baka makatulong ako. So, I joined the team. I won. I ranked ninth sa
You're
10.
ninth.
Pang-siyam ako. But during the next election, I ran for re-election in 2010. I ranked second.
Wow,
Second,
from
from
ninth
ninth to
place to second.
the
That's not
second.
bad.
That's not bad. Um, Given what I did as city legal officer and as councilor, when the position for vice mayor became vacant in 2013, many told me, "Why don't you run for vice mayor?"
That's a big
So
position.
there were three of us na pinagpilian. The initial when the initial process was completed, ako yung napili. So I ran as vice mayor in 2013.
Wow.
And for two terms, 2013 to 2016. And then from 2016 to 2019, I was the vice mayor.
Yeah.
When the mayorship became vacant again in 2019, the team decided it should be me who should run for the mayorship of Naga.
Wow.
Ayun. So, naging mayor na-elect. And the second term was just last year,
Yeah.
May of 2022.
So, your passion, was this always been something? I know it's not what you have dreamt about, right? You didn't even want to go into politics,
That's right.
right? In fact, when you were younger, you
It
wanted to be
didn't
in.
run in my blood.
It's not in your blood,
Not in my blood.
you know. What was it that made you decide? I think this is something I want to give it a try.
Um, when I was still in the seminary, palaging nababanggit, natutunan namin, gumawa ng mabuti sa kapwa.
Yeah.
At noong nasa saligan na ako, ganun din yung ginagawa namin, pagtulong. At lalong-lalo na sa mga mas nangangailangan. Considering na yung sector na yon, yung aking pinanggalingan, parang it became very natural sa akin. Total, ginagawa ko na. Baka mas makatulong pa ako kapag mas mataas na posisyon. Baka may magawa pa ako. So, sige, subukan ko.
Yeah.
And noong una, after, even before I assumed office, but when I was already a candidate, I was thinking, ano ba yung mga gagawin ko? Baka nagawa na ni Mayor Jess. Baka nagawa na ng sinundan kong alkalde. Baka wala nang gagawin. But then I realized upon deep thought, napakarami pa pala ng dapat gawin at napakarami pa pala ng dapat tulungan. Maraming mga pagbabago na kinakailangan mangyari. So, that was my driving force. How to be of help, how to make a difference in the lives of more people, especially those who need
Yeah.
the caring hand of the government. Yan. Kaya ako nandito.
Right.
Nandito. And every now and then, may mga pumapasok na mga programs, projects, na sinasang-ayunan naman ng mga kasama ko sa Sangguniang Panglungsod ni Vice Mayor Nene Diasis at yung mga konsehal. Malinaw sa akin na kailangan ito ng Naga. And so I will have to continue what I have started, what we have started. Hanggang matapos yung term.
Wow. Your mom must be real proud. Is she still alive?
She is still alive. She's already 97.
Wow.
Pero, syempre, because of
Yeah.
age, uh, by difficulty of hearing, and then yung
Yeah.
comprehension.
She must be really proud of you. I mean, when she realized that her family was really poor to start, she probably have never have in her wildest dreams thought her son. Are you the only son?
We are two in the family. 7 kami. Ah, 5 babae.
Oh,
Yung pangalawa sa amin, lalaki.
yeah.
Ako yung pang-anim.
Okay.
Pang-anim.
So she probably so first of all, I have to give it to your mom. Right after your father passed away at an early age, it was really only her who was left to take care of the family.
Tama po yan. Kahit ano ay kaya niyang gawin for us. Yung hard work, hard labor. Minsan magigising ako niyan, early morning, around 4 o'clock, 3:30, early morning, naghahabi na yun. Yung gumagawa ng kumot,
Yeah. Yeah.
itong, ang hirap nun eh. And then at around 5:30 or 5 o'clock, magsasaing na. And then at around 6:30 pupunta na sa farm. Mag-aasikaso na doon. That was her routine for a long period of time until such time na hindi na kaya ng kanyang katawan.
So earlier you were telling us a story of how you were when you were a child. You were taking care of your family. You know, real quick, I remember many years ago, and which is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's because in 1998, I went to the Philippines, and at about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I saw these young boys, and they were pushing a large cart of flattened cardboard boxes. And I said, "What are you doing with all these boxes?" And they said, "We're selling it." At 2 a.m., 8-year-old, 9 and 10-year-old boys are working late at night to try to provide for the family. And I could only imagine how difficult that must have been in terms of their lives. And that's why I've dedicated myself to be able to come up with a certain kind of information, the stories like your story, Mr. Mayor, so that we could uplift so many people from where they're at to where they could be. And your story is very, very inspiring, by the way. And I'm just thinking about the lives that you have not only touched here in the average lives of the average Nagueños, but also in your family's lives too, right? Your mom must be extremely proud of her son. Could you tell us a story about when you were growing up? And because I have a feeling that when you were young, you were just about as hard as a worker as you are today, right?
Yeah, that's right. Dahil wala nang katulong yung nanay ko sa pagsasaka sa farm, sa uma, we call it uma. At dahil yung panganay sa akin, mas nauna sa akin, ay nauna ng either nag-asawa, nagkaroon ng kanilang pamilya, o may hanap buhay malayo sa amin. So, being the only son left in the family, kahit nasa elementary grades pa lang ako, katuwang na niya ako sa mga gawaing bahay at saka sa farm. Hindi ko alam kung maniniwala kung nag-aalaga ako ng kalabaw. At nag-aayos sa farm. Yung pilapil, yung pag-aararo, mayroong surod na tinatawag kami, paggamit ng traktor, pagtanim ng palay,
Wow.
at siyempre yung pag-ani
Oo.
sa harvest time. Lahat po ito dinaanan ko at a young age. At there was no regret in my heart. It trained me to become who I am now, even at that early age. So,
That hard work mentality really paid off.
mahalaga sa akin yung trabaho. It gives you dignity.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's why I think you're such a powerful and effective leader. It's because not only do you know how to connect with with the businessmen and the rich, but you also know how to connect with the average Negeños and even with the poor.
because I came from that group.
Yeah.
And naintindihan ko naman, yung mga mayayaman ay nakahandang tumulong yan. Just give them the avenue, the opportunity, and given the right approach. Pero siyempre, sa lahat ng program, sa lahat ng project, sa lahat ng ginagawa, we have to set an example. People must be able to see. They must be able to know that you are doing it yourself so that others would follow. Setting an example. Beyond working hours, kung kinakailangan, nagtatrabaho ka din.
Yeah.
Even if it's on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, kung kinakailangan.
You're back then because the truth of the matter is not a lot of people who are born poor actually reach your level of success. And I know earlier today when we were speaking, he said he doesn't consider himself a success. Although for the average people, I know a lot of them feel that he's very, very successful, right?
As I was telling you earlier, it's not for me to say whether I am successful or not.
Yeah. It's for God.
It's for God, it's for other people.
Yeah.
Whatever is the judgment
Yeah.
doesn't matter for me. Ang mahalaga kung ano yung ginagawa ko, kung ano yung sa tingin ko dapat gawin.
So earlier I was saying that not a lot of the poor have actually risen to your level. What do you think there was something a little bit about you that was different? Maybe it was your passion, maybe something occurred to you when you were younger and you said to yourself, I want to dedicate my life to becoming the best there is. What was that?
Yung kalaman. At an early age, I realized there is an incentive to being able to be knowledgeable. Halimbawa, pagka on top of the class ka,
Yeah.
nare-recognize ka ng even ng teacher, hindi lang ng mga kamag-aral mo. Di ba? So kahit mahirap ka, merong ganong incentive na mararamdaman ka. And I realize, hindi sa lahat ng panahon ay mahirap ka. Makakaalis ka sa kahirapan kung magsisikap ka. And the only way for me, that time was getting educated. Completing not only the basic education, but also higher education. Tertiary education, higher education. Yan din ang dahilan kung bakit sa programs that my administration are implementing, ang isang focus is education. Nung mag-assume ako as mayor, I realized na maraming dapat gawin in order to ensure accessibility sa mga bata, lalo sa mga mahihirap. Establishing new schools, bringing them closer to the community, to the place where people resides. And at the same time, resolving the issue, the problem that we were able to identify, congestion, particularly insofar as secondary or high school is concerned. That is why, as of now, we were already able to establish 5 new schools
Congratulations.
5 new schools. Santa Cruz National High School, San Isidro National High School, Balatas National High School, and Mabulo National High School. Although this one is about to be completed and magsisimula pa lang ngayong August, grade 7. Yung merong isang elementary, Yabu Elementary School. So, 5.
And these
We
are
are-
outlying communities, correct?
Yeah, especially yung Yabu Elementary School.
Yeah.
Medyo malayong community ito,
Oo.
yung Yabu. Yung nearest, noong wala pa ito, the nearest elementary school is Carolina Elementary School. The distance of this school from the community is either 3 or 4 kilometers. There are reports I learned from the punong barangay, from the teachers, na sa umaga, papasok.
Wow.
Pagkakatanghali, uuwi. Minsan hindi na babalik. Diba? O di may problema tayo. Paano yung pag-aaral? Paano matututo?
Yeah.
Kung absent, pagkakahapon. So, ang ginawa natin, nagtayo tayo ng Yabu Elementary School. Near the houses in the community. And then kasama na yung mga taga-Karumatig, Carolina. So, yun yung isa. Ito naman dito, halimbawa sa Santa Cruz National High School, yung feeder barangays nito, yung nakapalibot, Santa Cruz, Abella, and Bagong Bayan Sur. And we realized na gusto talaga yun ng mga tao. Kasi right now, alam mo ba kung ilan na yung enrollees doon? For grade 7, 8, and 9 students, 596.
Wow.
596 students. It is projected that comes school year 2023-2024, around 800 na yun. Kasi mayroon ng grade 10. So ready na din tayo para doon. Right now, a 2-story, 8-classroom building is being completed by first or second week of August. Tapos na siya for turnover in time for using these new classrooms for school year 2023-2024.
Wow.
So, tao mismo nagsasabi na kailangan.
So I could see the reason why you're so passionate about education is because education led you out of poverty,
That's right.
right?
It was for me the key
Yeah.
to almost everything, to what I am now.
Yes.
Without completing basic education, tertiary, and law, I doubt if I would have become a city legal officer, councilor, vice mayor, and mayor. In other words, totoo yung sinasabi, education is a great equalizer. It cancels out poverty for as long as you are determined, for as long as you are passionate about completing your education, finding your way in this world with only education as your tool.
Wow. Where do you see yourself in the future?
Sa akin, ang tingin ko, makompleto ko yung 3 terms. And yung mga programs and projects that I am assuming would have make a big difference in the lives of many people, especially those who need these programs and projects. And yung Naga as a whole, iba naman. Iba naman. Naniniwala ako, we have enough individuals
Yeah.
here in Naga who can succeed me from the position where I am right now. They should also be given that opportunity. Ang sinasabi ko nga, at ito narinig na ng mga kasamahan ko, dapat walang monopolya sa politika. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi di naman, wala namang monopoly din sa kaalaman. Di ba? Although hindi naman tayo lahat all-knowing, pero kapag ka nabigyan ng pagkakataon, dedicated, ginagawa yung nararapat, mag-excel din yung kasunod sa akin.
In terms of where you see yourself in the distant future, do you see yourself running for maybe governor, maybe even
No.
president?
No.
So your heart is in Naga. It's in the people of Naga.
Okay na po ako sa
Yeah.
kung ano ako ngayon, yung narating ko, yung ginagawa ko.
If I were to say, what is your what is the secret of your success, and or what is your words that you could use to inspire others to reach their personal best?
Hindi ko alam, Raymond, ah. Pero para sa akin, maging totoo ka lang sa sarili mo.
Yeah.
And if you have committed to doing something, panindigan, gawin, regardless of what people thinks. Pero siyempre, kinakailangan alam mo din na tama yung ginagawa mo. Di ba? And it will help people a lot and the community that you are serving. So, determination, passion.
Passion. You know, I've spoken to a number of people, and one of the things I've always asked him is, what do you want out of your life? And it's amazing that a lot of people don't know what they want out of their lives, right? What was it that made you decide, I want to make a difference in the lives of others?
Yung experience ko, I feel that may mga bagay na meron dapat ako. Kaya ko din. Pero noong panahon na yun ay wala because of some limitations. Sa tingin ko, yung iba rin, sa ngayon, hindi din lang nakabibigyan ng pagkakataon. So let us give them the opportunity. Let us provide the necessary environment for them.
And that's what you're doing in your position.
I think so.
Yeah. And I believe you're doing it because I have never been more proud of this city than I am today, right? I have seen the amazing growth of Naga City, and most importantly, we are having our very first Krispy Kreme donut shop. That's when you know.
Drive-thru.
Yes, and that's when you know we are getting higher, right?
Getting higher,
That's
getting
when we
higher.
have a Krispy Kreme.
We have
in our
also
city.
SNR. It will be opening this month of July, and another one, Landers. Hopefully,
Landers, yes.
Hopefully, latter part of the year.
What I'd like to say is, if you could put some of your powers of persuasion in having maybe a Jaco come into,
Let's see.
yeah, right,
There's a possibility,
Yeah.
given that there are still areas in
Yeah.
Naga City where JACO can be located.
sure,
And if you have noticed, under our administration, we are adopting the township concept. We are opening new growth areas.
that's great.
You have Santa Cruz. You have Balatas in particular. Balatas. Here in Balatas, nag-construct tayo ng bagong kalsada. Yung bagong city hospital, that is ongoing. And then, bagong paaralan in the area, Balatas National High School. May itatayo tayo. Probably magsisimula ngayong August, Dormitel, also in Balatas, in that area. And also in Balatas, ngayong August, the Center for Safety and Resiliency, Emergency Operations Center.
Wow.
Magiging kasama niya sa isang hektaryang complex, the headquarters of the City Police Office, Philippine National Police. headquarters of the Bureau of Fire here in Naga City. Likewise, yung Forensic Crime Laboratory Unit ng PNP, doon din siya.
Oh,
You can expect growth, economic growth in that area. Magtatayo pa din tayo, maglalagay tayo ng satellite market. And Mr. Robert Oviedo, you know him. When I started in 2020, he told me, Mayor, sasabayan kita.
wow. I
O,
am
kaya
so
nagtayo siya
excited.
doon,
Yeah,
di ba? May tinayo
right.
na siyang commercial building in the area.
Well, I'm gonna. I have a lot of ideas, and I'd love to be able to talk to you about them someday. To talk about how they could be able to improve, the city. So, yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that.
Open po ako sa ganun.
Yeah,
As I was saying, I am not omniscient. I do not know everything. And therefore, I am willing to listen to ideas being presented to us and see how this can be of help to the city sa mga ginagawa natin.
yeah. And I think that's what made you so successful because you are a very humble man, right? And like you have said before, it's like you don't feel you're the smartest or the wisest, but you feel
Because
that
I am
you
not.
are, yeah, but you do feel that you're smart and wise enough to be able to listen. It is oftentimes the most quietest man in the room is oftentimes the wisest. So I want to thank you, Mayor Son, for giving me this opportunity to be able to talk with you and for you to share your stories. And I think that was very inspirational. And I know a lot of people who are listening or watching in is going to find a lot of inspiration in his story. And one of the things I've noticed just before we go is that your door it's an open office,
Yep.
right?
Ayaw ko na maramdaman ng tao na may limit yung
Yeah.
aking opisina, may limit sa pagtulong. Dapat wala. Hanggat kaya, sige. Kapag nakita kita dyan at kilala kita, pasok.
Yeah.
Halika.
In fact, I think this is supposed to be the mayor's office in this small office, and outside was just your meeting area, right? But instead, you are in the meeting area that has no door. So it's like you have an open door policy where people could come in, and that's one thing that really impressed me.
And I even designate a day for what we call as People's Day. Kasama ko doon yung mga concerned department heads of offices, and we welcome everybody for whatever need or purpose that they come to the City Hall.
Yeah.
Ang sinasabi ko sa mga kasama ko, at least for this given day, dapat mabilis yung action natin. Dapat bago umalis sa harapan natin, masaya, nakangiti. Kasi natugunan natin yung pangangailangan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, on some other days, may ginagawa din natin yung pag-asikaso sa kanila. But in our respective offices. So, yesterday, we did our People's Day.
Yes.
Doon sa City Hall
Outside.
grounds, outside. Oh. At napakarami yung pumunta. So, marami tayong na tulungan. We've been doing that since 2019. Only that in 2020, nagkaroon tayo ng COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, nahinto. Late part of last year, itinuloy natin and then hanggang yan.
Beautiful. I really love how you manage the city, how you manage this office. And I was just thinking to myself, Mr. LEGACION is probably, I don't know, one of the best mayors I have met. And I have met quite a few in my lifetime. But I am really proud and happy to be a Naganyo.
Naganyo.
Naganyo. I can never say that right. But I'm also proud to be able to say that I am sitting here with you, and I really look forward to be able to have a conversation with you in the future.
Sige.
So thank you again for being on our show, and thank you for listening in and watching. It's always been my pleasure to be able to do everything I can to help raise and uplift average Filipinos. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Raymond.
you.